The box. When I was 3 years old and found out that my mother was pregnant, and trust me, this is 100% true, I wanted to name the baby John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Some of you may know the kids' nursery rhyme from which this idea derived, but as a 3- and 4-year-old child, this seemed like a completely acceptable name to me. It sounded like a program and a name that I'd want to be a part of. Now, we may find this a bit more ridiculous, and maybe we're right to think that. But my bigger question is, why do we think that? How has our creativity and intelligence changed? Why isn't our creativity and intelligence the same as it was when we were 4 years old, as wide-eyed, innocent children? Hi, I'm Izzy Armitage. My brother was not named John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, and I'm here to talk to all of you about something we all fall victim to, the modern education system. I know that all of us experience this problem, the problem of trying to create the perfect TED Talk speech, hand in math IAs, write Spanish written tasks, learn about diseconomies of scale, memorize biology PowerPoints, complete CAS and EE deadlines, all at the same time. Welcome to IB, am I right? The International Baccalaureate's mission is to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. I think most of us can agree that this sounds like a good objective at heart. It seems like a program that I would want to be enrolled in, or that I want my children to be enrolled in. However, this is not the connotation that many of us have when we think about IB. Does the IB make us more caring? Does the IB make us want to create a better and more peaceful world? Some of us could argue yes, and I do agree that the IB program has great benefits. However, how it is implemented in the modern-day system of education is the core at which our problems lie. Of the 20 IB students I asked, the average spend from 45 to 68 hours a week on schoolwork, including classes. But a white-collared worker spends 40 hours a week working. Why are we asked to work significantly more than a white-collared worker, a professional in an office? To get a sense of those around us in the modern education system, I asked 30 IB students what their least favorite part of it was, and these were their responses. The words that appeared the most frequently are the words that appear the largest. So as you can see, grades, stress, GPA, and workload are all consistent with what experts say as well. We learn to put our schoolwork into a box, this magical gleaming box, because we cater towards our grades. How can you put a grade on a creative writing assignment? Who is one to say that one kid's idea is better than another's? We learn to sculpt our creative ideas into something that our moderator wants, into something that will give us higher grades. We unconsciously are lowering our levels of creativity because we learn to aim for those good grades and not for the good ideas, to seem smart. I also asked 30 IB students what the words smart or intelligent meant to them, and these were their responses. That fascinated me, as I myself hear the word and think of it in relation to academic success. However, in 1983, Howard Gardner first started theorizing something called the 9 domains of intelligence in his book, Frames of Mind. The 9 domains of intelligence are as follows: naturalistic, musical, logical mathematical, existential, the capacity to tackle deep life questions about who we are in relation to ourselves and humankind, interpersonal, bodily kinesthetic, linguistic, intrapersonal, and finally, spatial intelligence, the ability to think in 3 dimensions. These 9 types of intelligence are present, some more than others, in all of us. However, when you really think about it, the modern education system only measures 3 of these: logical mathematical, linguistic, and sometimes spatial intelligence. Now, another example of the benefits we are given in IB is that we can take a TOK, a music, a theater, or a dance class, and we can be exposed to existential, bodily kinesthetic, and musical intelligence. However, highly acclaimed researchers, as well as Howard Gardner, deemed that interpersonal, intrapersonal, and existential intelligence were the three most important domains of intelligence, but these are not stressed in the modern education system whatsoever. Now, some of you may laugh if I suggested a school which didn't start at 7:20 a.m., in which some of the classes took place outside, where a wide variety of arts classes are required and just as valued as mathematic programs. But one school system didn't think so. This is called a Waldorf school. It started with the philosophies of Rudolf Steiner. Currently, there are over 1,000 independent Waldorf schools internationally, in countries such as Canada, the United States, Sweden, and even here in Thailand. Waldorf's mission states, Waldorf teachers strive to transform education into an art that educates the whole child, the heart and the hands, as well as the head. They contain an openness for introverts, extroverts, those with learning disabilities, and those who are complete prodigies. Now, I'm not saying that the Waldorf school system is the only solution, as it's not, but it does show that some of us are thinking outside of the box and taking a step in the right direction. Now, these show statistically that they're successful as well, as 94% do attend college or university. 89% are highly satisfied in their choice of occupation, and 90% highly value critical thinking. These numbers are higher than most public and private education systems in the United States. So why aren't we thinking more about this? Now, of course, I am 100% guilty of doing the exact thing that I'm talking about, of creating a huge deal of grades, GPA, standardized test scores, and grades, and complaining about it. But when we're all taking up to 7 IB classes, with HLs and SLs and some year 2s, it's hard not to. ISB is also implementing some positive changes as well, as our teachers are aware that our attention span has decreased to 8 seconds, and are giving us 1 or 2 5-minute breaks within class time. ISB's pre-K has also adapted a program called the Reggio Emilia approach. They teach students that they have 100 languages in which to express themselves, through writing, through painting, through drama, through speaking, and everyday lives. It is also a self-guided curriculum, much like the Waldorf school. Furthermore, our high school is looking to provide time for social-emotional learning beginning next year, in an effort to go back to some of the forms of intelligence that we may have overlooked. Our school should keep doing this, as it is benefiting the students greatly. But more than anything, we need to realize that good grades and intelligence do not go hand in hand. We are not defined by our GPA or our intelligence. We are not defined by our GPA or our grades, and we need to start thinking outside of the box and immerse ourselves in the learning rather than comparative achievements. Intelligence doesn't have to look like this. It can look like this, like this, like this, and intelligence can look like this. The goal of the modern education system is not to create individuals who revolve around numbers, but to help students learn. As Sir Ken Robinson once said, doing a task and achieving an objective are two very different things. You could be teaching, but are the students really learning? Thank you.